Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Gabs and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, be sure to subscribe so you can enjoy all of my precious little videos and give this video a like if you enjoy it. Today we are drawing a scene from Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. And I gotta say, I actually have seen this movie recently. I watched it for the first time, I guess it's not that recent. I watched it like in January. So 10 months ago I watched it, but prior to that I hadn't seen it like all my previous movies about 10 years ago, if not more. And I watched it while I was high, so it was a completely different experience than when I had it as a kid. And rewatching it, I don't remember particular scenes in this movie being as frightening. I distinctly remember this film not being very scary for me. Like, I don't have memories of being petrified by the characters of this movie. If you haven't seen this movie in a long time like me, I guess I can give you a quick breakdown from what I remember from having not seen it in a couple of months. Daphne is like this reporter, and she is working with Fred, who's like her camera guy, and they're like, I don't know, I think they're in New Orleans. I could be completely wrong about this. But anyways, they're like on this island, and I just remember that she was trying to get the scoop about this particular house that was rumored to be haunted. And so she was like, sign me up, let me go. Because, you know, Mystery Incorporated is always debunking things as not actually being like real monsters. You know what's interesting about the TV show, the original TV show, is that there were never actually any real monsters. There were never actually real demons. It was just people in costumes. But the movies actually, but most of the movies are like, here's where actual shit is going down, like with Alien Invaders and Zombie Island, and maybe a few others that I can't remember. There are a lot of movies. There are a lot of spin-off TV shows. There's a lot. The Scooby-Doo universe refuses to die, and I'm okay with that. But damn, it gets kind of hard to keep up. So anyways, you know, Daphne's trying to get the scoop about this supposedly haunted place. And to make a very long, well, not really long film, even shorter, they find out that the women who actually live at this house, they actually are the ones that are doing all the fuck shit, because the house is haunted by the ghosts of the people that they killed from the past. Mystery Gang doesn't know that. So the scene that I'm drawing is the scene, you see me struggling with the hand. I struggle with hands, y'all. I be trying, but it's really hard. But this is the scene when a ghost scratches on the wall a message, and Daphne's like, oh snap, this shit is real. Fred, record this. This is lit. And she's like all excited about it. So that's what this scene is. But the creepy part for me, rewatching this a few months ago, was when the women whose house they came to visit, they turned into these cat creatures, and it was creepy. I rewinded it like 3 times to rewatch it. My friend was getting upset, but I was like, look at this animation. This is amazing. If you have Netflix, it's free to watch. Well, technically Netflix isn't free, but still, you get my drift. And so what I remember from it was not what I remembered as a kid. I actually didn't remember how they were monsters, but it turns out, you know, they were women in this colony or whatever, and some colonizers came in and basically raped and murdered everybody. And so they were like, nah, fuck this, we're gonna use magic. So I believe they ended up doing magic to like murder all these like dudes or whatever, the colonizers, excuse me. And so the entity that they worship needs a sacrifice. So at the beginning of the movie, townspeople say people who go to that house don't come back alive. And so first of all, if y'all know that, why aren't these women locked up? How? Anyways, it turns out that they were like sacrificing anybody that would like come to their crib to the entity that they worship. That's how they're able to live so long, because they've been kicking it for a very long time. So they have their immortality because they sacrificing people that are willing to come to their house. So that was wild. I actually remembered a little bit more than I thought. I remember watching the movie and felt like some scenes could have been fleshed out more, but for the sake of it being about an hour and some change, they just kind of kept it very short and sweet. I will say that zombie chase scene has this very lit song. Terror time again. I didn't remember the song as a kid, but when I listened to it, I was like, oh, this is lit. Honestly, the Scooby-Doo universe is lit, but it really depends on who makes it. Because technically, there are so many different Scooby-Doo universes. Because there's What's New Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? What's New Scooby-Doo is the newer version of it, which personally I think can be on the little bit of the boring side at times. Then there's Mystery Incorporated, which came out after What's New Scooby-Doo, and that's the version when the characters have dots for eyes. I never did finish that show, but I remember it was really hard for me to watch it sometimes because the eyes creeped me out, especially when they frowned. Now I want to go back and rewatch that show. But I remember that one. I did not see the live action version movies with the newer kids when they were teenagers, but I will always stand the ones with Buffy and Freddie Prinze Jr., Scooby-Doo, and then Scooby-Doo 2 Mystery Incorporated. I actually had Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Is that it? No, I'm sorry. Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. That's the live action film. I had that one on VHS. Sure did. I had that on VHS. And I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine about that movie. If you're familiar with that movie, then you should recognize this scene when in the opening scene of Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, it is a huge Met Gala-esque gallery opening for statue creations of monster costumes that previous characters had in the show. So if you're like a Scooby-Doo like fanatic, you would recognize all of the monsters. And there's a part where Scoob and what's his face? Shaggy, they actually walk up to this pterodactyl, the pterodactyl ghost, and they look at it, and for I think it may have been years, I had that movie and I didn't know why they would look at it and then they would scream and like run away and like they got the heebie-jeebies. Until one day I was watching it and I noticed the pterodactyl blinks at them. Like, if you've seen this movie, you need to go back and watch it because the pterodactyl blinks at them. If you have Amazon Prime, I'm pretty sure they have it on there. I liked 2 more than I liked 1. 1 was weird. I like how I'm not talking about this Scooby-Doo movie, but I remember the other ones more because I watched the first live-action Scooby-Doo movie about 3 months ago. And I know 2 pretty damn well because I had it on VHS. But the first one with, was it Scrappy doing world domination? No, that was creepy. Like that scene when Shaggy's girlfriend, like her face almost ripped off. No, that was creepy. But also the first one was significantly like more inappropriate. There was a lot of like inappropriate jokes they wrote in for Fred to make, but honestly, if we really think about it, it does make sense for Fred to be douchey and sexist and just gross. Why? Because he's white with blonde hair and blue eyes. Is that stereotyping? He's white, who cares? So, going back to this film, if I have anything decent to say about it, honestly, to me, this movie was good, but it wasn't as good as Alien Invaders. That one and the one when they get trapped in like the video game. I haven't seen those in decades. I say it like I'm old. I'm only like 23, but I still haven't seen it in a good decade and a half. You know, ever since I turned 23, it just feels miraculous that I can say over a decade ago, because I say that in every single one of my videos. But Alien Invaders had me sad, and I think what I remember was this little love affair. I think, didn't Shaggy have a little love affair with the girl not knowing she was an alien? I need to go back. They need to put that movie on Netflix. That's what they need to do. They need to just put the entire Scooby-Doo catalog on Netflix. Blessings. I'd be blessed. I really would. But to get into this drawing, because I'm almost done with it, I had a lot of fun doing this drawing. It was cute. And, you know, I was drawing a cartoon. So drawing a cartoon makes it easier because The lines are already there. I don't really have to do too much. I will say the proportions are off per usual because, we're not perfect. But it was fun to do this. I was a little frustrated, just a little bit, doing the eyes. But, hey, you make it do what it do. And it's just so irritating that my crayons are always rolling off the damn table. Get out, beware. It's funny how the colonizers were trying to afford. Wait, no. I don't think it was the colonizers because that would be dumb. It was the sacrifice people. It might be some colonizers. Maybe. It was wild. No. It really was wild. That scene was very wild because when they came on this boat and they attacked their people, I'm talking about the women, the cat creature women, I don't think they said it, but we just knew that people were being murdered and raped. It was the imagery that they used that was petrifying. And I was like, they were showing this on Cartoon Network? They would never. Not anymore. They would, no. That's what's wild too, is that they don't show Scooby-Doo movies like they used to. They used to show a Scooby-Doo movie every day on Cartoon Network. I just remember being home and it'd be like Scooby-Doo, Loch Ness Monster, Scooby-Doo, La Chupacabra. Wow. Now that just popped out of my brain. Wow. There's a lot of ones. There was a Scooby-Doo movie when they were on a cruise ship, and there was a mystery investigation one, and they were solving all the mysteries, and they were like, we get it, y'all do the mystery thing. It was wild. And all the people on the cruise were pissed because they couldn't solve a mystery because Mystery Incorporated was solving everything. But, oh well. Honestly, this picture actually came out really nice. I could have did more to it, but we didn't. Look at Daphne getting her face filled in. I just felt like, looking at it now, her brows could have been just a little bit better, but, it is what it is. But this is how it looks, and I think that looks great. It looks great. That looks great. Nah, that looks great. Thanks guys so much for listening to me ramble about the Scooby-Doo universe. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.